Hey, ladies and gentlemen, greetings from wherever you are. This is your favorite boys. Welcome to Beyond Borders podcast.
Yes,
My name
sir.
is Jackson Taquania.
My name is Nelson Mukuka.
We should come up with some like cool name intros,
Stage name
like
there.
like, like my nickname, right?
The great
El Chingon, yeah,
unicorn egg, whatever the other thing is.
yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't have a cool name. I'll let you keep your name. I'll just keep my
Let's be like
actual name.
Nelson, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be El Chingon. I want people to know that name of me. And later
El
on, I
Chingon.
might tell the story of why I call myself
Powerful story.
that.
Powerful
All right.
story.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, joining us today. So, this is the first episode we are watching on our platform. And so, today we're just trying to introduce everything we're going to be doing. Talk a little bit about us, who we are, why we chose to do this. And yeah, we just hope you guys are going to, ride along with us. And hopefully, whatever we discuss, resonates with you in one way. And yeah, just be with us along the way. I'll let Nelson guide some of the things we prepared, introducing our platform and things we're going to be talking about.
Why a podcast? Why this? Why are we doing this? I gave a few reasons and then you also give a few reasons. I think from my end, the main objective for this is just to try to start highlighting some of these topics and stories that haven't been talked about. So many different people, really. I have come across a lot of international students who have such great stories, and it's like, wow, your story can, motivate someone out there if only it was told or if only someone knew about it. So we thought of this. It can go a long way. You never know who watches your stuff on the internet. So that's one of the primary objectives. It's really just telling different stories of different people, how they ended up where they are, what nuggets they think worked for them, and how it might improve someone else. So Beyond Borders will really look beyond borders. So it's not only, you know, between in between like me and Jackson. It will also be across so many different people from so many different countries. So that's one thing that I really hope we get to touch on, people's stories, how people ended up where they are, and how people just basically go on and what their thoughts are about various aspects of life. What do you hope to get from this, Jack?
Yeah, so like it's sort of similar because we had some type of conversation about this.
Hmm.
There's so much rich stories out there. People we
Yeah,
know, you speak with them and they inspire you, or people that reach out to you saying you inspire. I
yeah,
remember, I remember somebody reaching out to me. I've forgotten the actual context, but then they
hmm,
were like, "Bro, your story I was inspired by your story." I'm like, "What story? What do you mean by story?" Like, no, I heard
yeah,
this from somebody. Then that pushed me to do ABCD. And I was like, "Oh, so stories can be powerful." So you never know who will be inspired, who will be motivated by your story. And so
hmm,
when Nelson and I had this conversation, like, yeah, I think it's amazing if we can come together, bring people with different stories. You never know who you're going to push. Uh, Not only Zambia, but everybody else out there. That's why we're putting it on a platform like YouTube so that we can inspire and reach many people out there. Different stories tell different things. You can learn different things from somebody's story. The same story, people can learn different things. Like that Hindu proverb. I don't know if it's a proverb or something. Like seven blind men were told to touch an elephant and describe what they think it was, what kind of
yeah,
animal. And so different story, like one story can have different inspirations, can draw different inspirations. And that's why, we decided to start this, inspire different people, reach people out there, encourage somebody to reach the state that we're at.
yeah.
There are certain things that we've achieved that somebody else hopes to achieve, and would like to learn uh, why,
You
how
can
we
pick it
got
up.
there,
I'll make sure mine are intact.
how we got there, and, yeah. So basically, that's why we started this.
I mean, you've kind of touched on it, but why?
Yeah, 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 just a little bit. Like we do not want to limit ourselves
Mhm.
by saying, oh, since both of us are Zambians, we'll just touch on
Probably
Zambia.
Zambian.
Proudly, man. Proudly
Yes, sir.
Zambian. We just don't want to inspire Zambians. Of course, our main focus will be Zambia, especially
Mhm.
the youths, but we want to go beyond that. So hence the name Beyond Borders, because we're going to touch people from different aspects of life, people in Africa, our
Yeah.
fellow students out here. You know, we have friends who
Mhm.
are doing amazing things here. We can touch on them, and so we don't want to limit ourselves by a name, but we are Zambian first. Then Beyond Borders comes second.
Tying into that, who are some of the people that you hope to see on this? I can
So
start that one.
yeah, you can
Uh,
start.
for starters, I have a very good friend. I think she would be perfect for this. Her name is Kutemo. She does something similar already. You can go and check out her YouTube page. She walks people through how to apply to the US, how her journey was. It's great stuff. She does great stuff. I think she's also now started doing like a day in the life of a student. She's at Xavier University in Louisiana. So if you really want to get inspired and see just how different people live their lives and what you can learn from that, I think she's amazing for this. Uh, Another person that I recently met was, I think her name is Francisca. Yeah, she's doing I think agriculture science at the University of Zambia. Is it? Yeah, right. So she also has a really good story in terms of like university life in Zambia, specifically at the University of Zambia, and some of the drawbacks for that, some of the advantages for that, and what her journey has just basically been so far. So really excited to have that interview. Um, I also want to give a shout out to a couple of people from the organization that brought us here, the New Season Jet program. I would love to have on this. Metembe for starters. I've talked to Metembe about this, and he's just a super busy man. But if we can have him on, that would be great. Uh, Lucky also would be a great addition. But yeah, basically, the main point from all of this list for me is these are people who I think their stories have personally inspired me, and I feel like if they were told out there, someone would also get inspired. So yeah, that I think that's my list.
Yeah, for me, in addition to what you've said,
Hmm.
it's basically people that have a story to tell. And that goes
Right,
almost everybody.
right.
We don't want to limit ourselves to say, oh, we just want this certain caliber of people.
Hmm.
Because one thing I've noticed from watching other podcasts or interviews of certain people, they go for people that have made it in life, they're
Yeah,
so successful. And then once those people are being interviewed, they do not tell us the intricate details. They sort of
sure.
hide how they got where they were. And so, starting with people that we know uh, in our circle, people who can tell a story the way it is, giving us the details of, oh, getting here, I had to do ABCD, exactly what they had to do. And
Yeah.
such stories can inspire people. Some of the people we've mentioned in the new season, I would love to see them. A couple of friends as well. Their stories are slightly different, but I feel like if they're told, somebody can get one or two things from them. So these are just some people that I want to see. I'm mentioning a few names, I think all my friends, my close friends, I want to see them. Because I know them personally and I know their stories are great. So if
Yeah.
I can have them on the podcast, people like Martin, he's an inspiration to many people. The King of Africa, I'd love to have an episode with him. But maybe for you to learn one or two things, because I know
Yeah.
and people like, Christian. I'd love Bosco to be on the podcast as well.
Shout out Bosco. Bosco is a good guy.
I
Bosco is a
know.
chill guy.
I'd love to interview him as well. And there are just many others. And we'll keep updating our list as we go. But
Oh,
we
for
don't want to
sure.
limit ourselves. Anybody out there can have a story based on what information we extract from them. It could inspire
Uh-huh.
two people.
Yeah, so to anyone watching out there, if you would like to be on the podcast or anyone who would be a great addition to be on the podcast, leave a comment.
Yeah,
Uh,
leave a comment or reach out to either of us.
so now that we've kind of talked about or we've highlighted who we would like to see, what are some of the topics you hope to discuss on the pod?
Yeah. So for me, it's about, especially for the Zambian community and African community,
Mm-hmm.
it's about opportunity and how we can get the most out of it.
Right.
I believe there's a lot of opportunity out there in our countries,
Uh-huh.
especially Zambia. Uh, there's so much that can be done in different industries. Speaking on my own, the technology industry, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's so much potential out there that a lot of our friends either do not know about or feel it's so hard they cannot even begin to start doing working on those things. So like some of the topics would be discussing opportunities out there and how we can tap into them. It also be talking about the current situations in our respective countries.
Mm-hmm.
Zambia, the government, the current government, some of the opportunities they have, some of the shortcomings we think we
Yeah,
as the youths can tap into.
for sure.
Also, other things to touch on in the just general advice we can give in life. There's so much that people like growing up in Zambia. We grew up in a community-based environment, so like
Mm-hmm.
everybody was your elder. I mean, everybody was your mom, everybody was your dad.
Yeah,
Anything they said, you listen to that. And so I want this platform to be something of that sort, where we can have advice, we can, encourage people out there to just, try to motivate people out there because there are many people that lack the motivation. If they just had that somebody to push them, they will do
mm-hmm.
amazing things. And I want us to be eventually that big one of motivation to different people. How
For
about you?
sure. Gosh, I have so many topics that I would wish to see on this, man. For starters, um, I would like to hear about how different people handle their mental health. What are some of the practical steps that they do to like just be in a sane mind? Yes, now mental health is like a hot topic, and so many people are talking about it, and it's for a good reason, right? It's like now we've
Yeah.
realized, okay, this is something we all go through, and we can all talk about and learn from each other. Especially people who are away from home, like you and me, and so many of the guests that we might possibly be having. How do you handle that
Hmm.
aspect of being abroad? And then also, I'll tie this with my industry, healthcare, science. There's so many, like you said, opportunities that we can tap into that the government are providing for us. So whether this is research, whether this is medicine, I would like to discuss some of those topics and just see where our country is at in terms of, how are we applying ABC technology? You know, um, for the longest, I've always felt like my country has always been a receiver in terms of technology, healthcare, medicines, and stuff. So I really want to start driving the narrative of we need to start doing our own research because, you know, our, our diseases are unique. So we need to, no one
Yeah.
will come to us and, start doing the research on our behalf. We need to do the research ourselves. So all those things, I think for me, will need to be specifically looked into, and we'll have specific guests who address some of those issues. So yeah, that's that about the topics really, and I'll just quickly go through. What else did I hope we can talk about on this? Mm, I think we should also highlight the good works that New Seasons Youth Program is doing. Uh,
Yeah.
how to apply to New Seasons, what your application should look like, who is eligible to applying for this, and yeah, maybe we can have the big man on the pod one day,
Yeah.
and we also get to hear his story of how he
Why?
started the entire
Yeah.
year. So that would be great.
Yeah.
I'm
I hope
thinking
he gets
about
it.
that.
He's a busy man. We-
Oh gosh, yeah, I would have to structure that so well. But I mean, we'd do it. We'd do it. I think that's one in-person uh, episode that I really look forward to.
Yeah.
Amongst others, of course. Yeah, cool. So I think we'll keep it short and simple, unless you have anything else you want to touch
I
on.
don't know if you wanna like just give a brief overview of who Nelson is for the people out there to know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my name is Nelson Mokuka. Born in Kalurushi, Copperbelt, Zambia. Um, Grew up on the Copperbelt. Went to school there. I did the entire of my high school there. Finished my high school in 2000, not 2000, 2017, as we say it. 2017, went to Cavendish University in Osaka to study medicine. I was there for 2 years, and then I got an amazing opportunity to study in the US. I did biology here in the US at Lee Moyne College in Memphis, Tennessee. I graduated last year, 2023, and I am a research assistant, postdoctorate research assistant at the Allen Institute uh, here in Seattle, Washington. In a nutshell, that's who I am. Huge Barca fan, by the way. Huge Barca fan.
Yeah,
How about you?
yeah. So I just wanted to talk about ourselves because people would be like, "Hey, you guys are talking about a podcast and you are
Yeah.
different things." So I wanted them to know where we are. So yeah,
Hmm.
my name is Jackson Capenia,
Yeah.
the great, the one and only.
El Chingon.
El Chingon, as my
Yes,
Spanish friends
sir.
call me.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So I was born and raised in Lusaka. I
Hmm.
did my primary school there. Secondary school, I went to Pestalozzi Education Center, where my life changed, thanks to KF, Chetekela Foundation. I met
Mm.
amazing people. Uh, I think that's where, like, if I would go back to a point where my life like changed in the direction
Mm.
that it is right now, that would be the moment when I went to Pestalozzi. So
When
I
was that?
think
How old were you?
it was in 2013. So they picked
Mm.
us. I think I'm going to tell this story later on. But for now,
Yeah.
just briefly, they pick people in like seventh grade.
Hmm.
That's when they conduct their interviews and the whole process starts in the seventh grade. Then once the names are selected, are shortlisted, by the end of that year, when you're in the seventh grade, that is 2012 for me when I was in second grade. So by
Hmm.
then, by the end of that year, you know whether they're gonna sponsor you or not. Now, for me, my story is different because at the end of that year, they didn't choose me.
Hmm.
So of all the candidates, I think well, like, forgetting actually. I think 250 went to write the exams. 50 they chose the top 50. I was in the top 50. They did the interviews and all that stuff. But at the time, they were only going to pick four people, and I wasn't part of the four people.
Ah. Mm.
And then later on, I think that was what the 8th of January 2013. They
Hmm.
got a call to say because we are part of the shortlist. Just like any institution that admits people, they have the people that they've chosen.
Yeah.
Then a shortlist, so in case somebody doesn't come. So I was part of the shortlisted people. And then Mr. Lozi, Pestalozzi Education Center is the school, but they have an organization called
Hmm.
Pestalozzi World that sponsors people as well. And at the time, the founder or the I don't know if it's founder or guys, correct me if you're gonna
The
correct me,
person
but
in
I think
charge.
the person who was in charge at that time, he was like,
Hmm.
because the organization needs to take people, and those people are brilliant there, right? So
Yeah.
the person was like, why are you just bringing two people? Because
Hmm.
of the four people, two are going to Charlo, two are going to Pestalozzi. So he was like, "Why are you bringing only two people?" Like, "Oh, we don't have enough funds for to bring the others and all that stuff." And then he was like, "You know what? For the first year, we can
Hmm.
sponsor an extra six people if you guys are going to take care of everything else after that." And
Yeah.
so that's how lucky I got. On the
Damn.
8th of January, we were contacted like, "Oh, you're part of the extra six that are going to go to Pestalozzi." And of those six, I'm proud to say that two of them are my best friends today, Martin and
Word.
Ethan. And so I'm so glad that
Word.
Pestalozzi came through at the last moment. And then I went, and yeah, everything just skyrocketed from there. I finished my grade 12, uh, went to Unza for a little bit. And then, just like you, I met the awesome man, Mr. Ray Jackson. And thanks to him, I'm about to graduate uh,
Yes,
Chelsea
sir.
C. Smith University. I'm doing computer engineering, and let's see what the future brings.
Yeah, excited for this, man. I think the technology world and the scientific world have so much in common that we can use and find a common ground and just build up from there.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Uh, Anything else?
Not really, man. Just to thank everybody else for joining us. Please make
Yes,
sure
sir.
to catch up on us and give suggestions where needed. We are new to this space, so any insight you would give us if you've done this before or if you've seen it done somewhere and just want to offer advice, please give it to
Mm-hmm.
us. And also, if you just want to reach out to be a part of the podcast, to be one of the guests, you can always reach out to either me or Nelson, or you can comment down below and we'll reach out to you. Yeah, just that.
Hasta luego.
Thank you so much.